Hello guys, I want to welcome you again. In our previous video, we spoke about how to use the console to find our problems and how to store information. And we started with variables, right? And we understood how to declare a variable, right? We declared a variable called Daniel, how to initialize the variable like this, and I set a brief note about var, right? So it's very important for you to know this documentation and understand how you can update a variable. So now we're going to talk a little bit about some variable types, right? So here there are few different types of data we can store in a variable. Like then you can store numbers, as you can see here. You can say let my age equals number. You can store strings. You can store boolean, which could be true or false, yes or no. You can store a whole lot of numbers and stuff. So we're going to look into arrays, like to store, see how we can store arrays and stuff like that. Now, an array is a single object that contains multiple values enclosed in square brackets. Okay, and now with objects now you discover that enclosed in curly braces. So this video we're going to look more, you see, for objects here that are stored in curly braces. So to retrieve the information stored in an object, you can use this particular syntax. So when you define your object like this, you can say dot dot that particular object. So let's just try it out and see how that works practically. Okay, all right. Let's just let's get the that done. But before that, let's talk about dynamic typing. Okay, but before doing dynamic typing, let's just do a brief revision on what we saw. So the console.log now gives you the information stored um, in the variable called Daniel here. So now let's do, and like I said in the previous video, when writing your variables, they should follow a particular order, a particular convention. Like you see, when writing your CSS, there's a convention known as the BEM naming convention. But now in JavaScript, it's good to use camel case such that if another developer reads your code, he'll easily understand. Okay, for instance, if we want to store, let's just comment this out. Okay, comment this out. So now if we want to create a variable, and we say the variable is, say, let first name. You see, we started first with small case and the next one should be a capital letter. This is what they call camel case. Okay, all right. So can say let the first name be this and let second name. Okay, you see now it makes your code more readable and understandable, so that if anybody falls on this, or easily understand that this is first name and this is second name. It makes things really cool. So what we'll do, we'll just log in the first name to see what our console tells us. Okay, so let's check it out here in the browser to see what our console tells us. Okay, so the console takes the first name as in G. So there's actually stored that the first name is in G. So that console.log is just to see your output. Like for instance, if you have error in your code and stuff like that, it's good to use console.log to check it out. Okay. So now let's do a little bit of Boolean. We spoke about Boolean, we have not actually checked. We can also see let um, let's just say program mean. You see, when we want to define this, we'll actually check in a best way possible that someone can easily understand. So we can select programming is cool, see, because true, right? So like I said, uh, for the boolean, it can either be true or false, yes or no. So we're going to check this. It'll be like console.log again. So make this a practice to always console.log. Like it's going to help you to identify bugs and stuff like that. So you easily find issues when you have, oh, sorry about this. I think I have some internet issues. So I'm just going to close the server and run again to see what's the issue here. Okay, so now you see true. So it actually gets that information to be true because it's actually stored. So now there's one thing now, for instance, if you don't know the type of data that this is, you don't know if it's a boolean. Like I said, it's a boolean. You don't know if it's a boolean or it's a string. So now for you to know if it's a boolean or string, there's one to call the type of operator in JavaScript. So if you want to know, you can just say type of. So now if you're checking the type of this particular, you can check either, you can check this, right, to know the type of variable it is, or you can still check this. You can also hover to see here. The VS Code makes it possible for you to know the type of this particular variable. But better still, you could still check in your browser here to know. Sorry, I'm going to be reloading this over and over. Facing some issues. So I'll reload this and we're going to check to see the type of that, and you see that it's a boolean. Okay, so you can do that for multiple and multiple video, for multiple different data types. So thank you for watching this video. In the next video we're going to go deeper into dynamic typing and what it's all about.